using the installer for Focal version of Ubuntu, and I've stopped it at the disk layout screen. It's about 4 or 5 screens in, because we don't want to use the entire disk. We want to set a custom storage layout. So we will check that, and we will go to done. And on the next screen, it then allows us to carve up this disk or partition it. So I'm going to partition it. I'm going to select, and it doesn't matter if yours is the same size as mine. The principles are going to work the same. I'm going to select the disk. I'm going to arrow down to add a GPT partition. And maybe I'll make this one 3 gigs or something. And let's make it 4 gigs. And this is going to be from my root file system, and it's going to be ext. So we will go ahead and we'll mount it at root and hit create. I'll just create one more or another one just for fun. Let's see, where do I go? Right here. And I'm going to add another GPT partition. And in this one, I'll make this one, oh, I don't know, 4 gigs. And arrow down here. And maybe if I hit the enter key, maybe that's where I'll store my users' home directories. Now this is just an example. You have to follow the instructions in the assignment to do this correctly. So I'm going to hit create, and then maybe I'll see if I can do just one more. Oops. Right here, and enter. And I'm going to add a GPT partition again. And we're going to do 1 gig. And the format here, I'm going to make swap. Now, we've talked about swap. Technically, I probably don't even need it to run, but I'm going to stick it in there because that's how we might create it. I'm going to hit create. So now I think I have my system laid out the way that I want. You can see down here the various partitions. Ignore that first one. That's something special that needs to exist that was already created for us. And then we can see that I have a new partition at root of 4 gig, another partition at /home at 4 gig, another partition that is swap that's 1 gig. I'm going to click done, and it's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? It's going to break, it can overwrite any existing partitions. You can't return to this screen. So I'm going to say continue. And then you continue on with the installer. When you reboot the machine, you should then have those partitions available to you to use.